Hello, behold, and welcome to the set of Keeper, a film by ZBT for the 2015 Fall Moorhead State Film Challenge. A lot of bad memories in this house, particularly for the cast, the crew, the characters, pretty much everyone involved. It's a plague house, that's why I'm sick. Anyway, we've got a very special episode for you today with Jared Klein starting off with real films. After that, we'll have a tomato segment where we will be talking about upcoming films in November and December, I believe a little bit of next year. After that, we have another keyframe with Carrie Maynard and Angel Fox where they'll be talking about Adventure Time, some interesting stuff there. And after that, finally, we will show Keeper, the film we made for the Moorhead State Film Challenge. It covers torture and love and dating. Okay, generally things that people that are as inexperienced as us shouldn't be really talking about, but we will anyway. Hope you enjoy. See you later.
Hey everybody, welcome to Real Films. This is Jared Klein here on ZBTv. Today we're going to be talking about J.J. Abrams' Star Trek films. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. 2009 Star Trek reboot focuses on the characters of James T. Kirk, played by Chris Pine, and Spock, played by Zachary Quinto. We get to see these characters from the time they're young and follow them as they grow and realize they're meant for something greater. When the planet Vulcan puts out a distress signal, the crew of the USS Enterprise responds only to find an advanced spaceship full of a vengeful race known as Romulans. The crew must learn to work together despite their differences if they are to save their worlds from destruction. The follow-up film, Star Trek Into Darkness, follows the crew as they face their greatest threat yet that comes from within Starfleet itself. The film also asks the question of what it takes to be a captain of a starship, and what sacrifices must be made or not made for the sake of the crew. All of the cast members are superb in their respective roles. Chris Pine plays an arrogant yet likable Captain Kirk. Zachary Quinto is spot on as the logical and reserved Vulcan Spock. Zoe Saldana and Carl Urban are excellent in their roles as Uhura and Leonard Bones McCoy respectively. Rounding out the main cast is John Cho as Sulu, Anton Yelchin as Chekhov, and the hilarious Simon Pegg as the Enterprise engineer, Scotty. What's awesome about these films is they really bring the future to life. From the design of the ships, to the cityscapes, to even the characters' costumes, you feel like you're looking into a bright future where anything is possible. The villains of the series are also great. In the first film, Eric Bana plays a Romulan named Nero, who is bent on revenge for the death of his wife and child. Bana encapsulates the rage and motivation of a man with a grudge and nothing to lose. Benedict Cumberbatch is also excellent in the follow-up film as the war criminal Khan. He brings a ferociousness to the character and is driven to exact justice on Starfleet for what is done to him and those he cares about. The crux of these films, however, is the relationship between Kirk and Spock. How these characters start from practically enemies to becoming friends who depend on each other is great storytelling and really helps reinforce what these characters can be if they work together. It's great to see how these actors interact together and fit into their roles that were made famous by others on the television series which started the whole franchise, but it's great to see their own fresh perspective on the characters and how they make them their own. A third Star Trek film is planned to release in 2016, called Star Trek Beyond. All the cast is expected to return along with Idris Elba, who is expected to play the villain. The plot is still a mystery, but Simon Pegg, who plays Scotty, is helping to write the film, with directing being done by Justin Lin, who also directed Fast and Furious 5 and 6. All in all, this Star Trek series brought the franchise into the future and set it on a path to success. Do yourself a favor and see these films if you love good science fiction.
space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Her ongoing mission: to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life forms and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to stay tuned for more segments here on ZBTv. God bless and remember, go watch you some movies. Thanks.
Welcome to Tomato, the part of the show where we talk about upcoming movies and decide whether we care or not that they're actually coming out. With me today is Carrie. What is your last name?
My last name is Maynard.
Maynard. That's
Yes.
actually a good name. Carrie Maynard. We got This Mysterious Man, I Don't Know, and we got Angel Fox, the lovely Angel Fox. Okay, this is the superhero day. I'm sure everyone's excited. The first movie is Deadpool. So they just came out with a trailer, last week or something?
The second trailer.
The second trailer.
I believe there was.
I haven't been
first
checking
and
it.
second
There
trailer.
was a leaked footage.
Two
Oh.
trailer or leaked footage, 2 trailers, and a plug.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty good. I am so excited for it.
I like the plug better than the
February
preview.
12th.
Yeah.
Yes.
I felt like the plug had what you'd expect from Deadpool, because it was breaking the fourth wall, which if you're a Deadpool fan, that's one of the things you love.
Par for the course.
And the trailer proved that it was going to be a rated R one, unless you watch the Fantastic Four trailer, which was very PG, which I thought was very nice.
Yeah, definitely rated R. They couldn't have gone any other way with it, really, with Deadpool.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way you can make that kid-friendly.
Yeah.
Deadpool kid-friendly.
And if you
is
made it
just-
kid friendly, you would not even want to go to watch it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, they tried with the Spider-Man cartoons, didn't they? With they had like a Deadpool guest, and he was so
Oh,
annoying that like
that's-
everyone threw his arms up.
That's-
Like,
They had so many substitution words that he almost sounded Southern. It was really weird. He's
this
like,
is what happens
"This
when you
gosh
find a
darn
man in the
fool."
Alps and feed him scrambled eggs.
Exactly. And the only thing that they could honestly do for this movie to make it close to PG, even PG-13, would be literally replace every curse word with chimichangas.
I don't doubt that will be a DVD extra, but
How many
yeah.
times he says chimichangas in the
Yeah.
entire movie?
I want so many X-Men origin jokes. You know,
Yeah.
I want that to just coat the movie.
I kind of want him to tear into Wolverine and how, I do like the origins, but
It's gonna be really hard to not make it the Expendables. You know what I mean? Just with the one character, because it's all going to be this spectacle action like New Age Marvel sort of is, and then you're gonna splice in the chimichanga humor like in between these little bits, and I don't know that it'll work.
with the director that they've chosen, looking at his background, he's only done opening sequences, so he looks really just like a short interest period and then take away. So I think as far as attention span for this movie goes, it'll be a lot like Deadpool, where it's like intrigue, take away, intrigue, take away.
See, I almost kind of wish they would go the Daredevil route, where they're doing this series, but just having it with a director that
Good
knows.
save, the series.
Yeah. Let's stop talking about Deadpool. Let's talk about Ben Affleck's Batman versus what's his face's Superman.
So Batman's always condescending.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, that's Ben Affleck. Every time I think of Ben Affleck, I think about Dogma and how he was...
I like that.
I love Dogma, but as an archangel, he was snooty and he was dark, but that was the only thing that I saw him in, and he was even subpar in that.
Yeah. He's a good director. I really hate him as an actor, honestly. I haven't seen him in anything that I would
It's not that
really
he's
say was a strong role.
So, aside from Ben Affleck being Batman, what do you think the plot has to hold for us as far
Not
as...
very much.
I think it's going to be
really-
Batman versus Superman.
And that's it.
I think it's going to be
That's it.
Batman fighting Superman for some reason.
What they first need to have is Batman needs to perceive Superman as a bad guy because he pretty much he leveled the city in Man of Steel. I understand he was trying to save the city, but
he's also very bad at saving the city.
but that could be slightly forgivable because that was his first real run-in.
It's like the Dragon Ball Z thing that people keep bringing up.
Yeah.
Goku's a great guy because he goes out into the desert and fights people.
I mean,
but no, Superman's like, hey, this skyscraper looks like a perfect place to fight a superhuman.
It's true. It looks awesome. But then you sit back,
the logical collateral damage of Superman actually performing his powers is gargantuan.
Yeah,
it is ridiculous.
I mean, that's the normal thing that Superman does, but they didn't do that in
He's like the Hulk, but without like all the tragedy, because he actually means to do what he's doing.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. It's forgivable because it was the first time he did something.
Yeah,
I would love to see him really fighting the fact that he actually killed someone as well.
Potential for Superman if they play off the sort of
They could just do
almost
it right.
almost like a Dr. Manhattan angle where he's too good at everything, so people don't
he
like
has to
him.
go to the moon and get away from everybody.
He's not a part of humanity, so you can't really equate him with them very much. He has to be this sort of tragic character, or less he's just pabulum. It's also really bad that they're starting Batman, like this Batman, off as like immediately antagonistic towards Superman, who was like DC, the DC guy.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think it would be good if Batman sees him as a villain because, let's face it,
they should focus more on Batman first.
They're flying way too fast back and forth. Us, the audience, actually saw what was going on, but the people running away from this explosions and death raining down, you're not going to stop and see who's who.
Yeah.
All you think about is like Volcano Day.
Yeah, it's like get out of the way as fast as you can. And I think if they do that, that can fall very easily in making Batman think, oh yeah, this is a bad guy.
Okay, so we need to wrap this up. We'll get this after the break. What's on the agenda? X-Men Apocalypse.
I don't really have that many opinions. I'm not a big fan of the X-Men.
See, I didn't see Days of Future Past, so I can't say a whole lot about this. Is it going off the same kind of line?
Well, it should be following the new revised version.
See, all I know is that Apocalypse is awesome. So.
Well, for what we saw at the end of the movie, Apocalypse was like a kid. And then you saw the four horsemen just sitting off in the background. So you kind of got.
I wonder what they're going to do next.
Yeah. So
we never know. Unless we watch the movie.
I mean,
unless we watch the preview for the next movie.
Exactly.
But I'm really interested in seeing how they do it. If they keep up with how they've been doing pretty good with. Well, first off, when they made. First Class, I think they made a big new step in a better direction.
Yeah, it's easily the best X-Men movie that I have seen.
And then, I mean, because if you like that, you would definitely like Days of Future Past because
it's just cleaner.
Yeah, and they fixed all the wrongs they did.
Yeah, there was a clearer direction. The actors, honestly, even though Patrick Stewart and like Hugh Jackman in the first, they blew him out of the water in First Class. I'm sorry.
James McAvoy.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender.
I'm in love with the character development as far as Xavier and Mystique went, because you never really got to see that.
I'm down with Magneto's development.
They're still pretty good at making their own version away from the comics.
Well, that about wraps it up, I guess. What's everybody gonna see of what we're talking about?
Honestly, I'm on board for all of them. If I had to say one is my least, I don't know. I go back and forth so much with
Batman
versus Superman.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
I'd rather give it a chance than go watch X-Men. I'm sorry, but I just could never get into X-Men. I find it so terribly boring. And Deadpool isn't a definite for me. I have to go see Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Deadpool. I might go see the others. Maybe. We'll see how much money I have to waste, and then...
Deadpool is definitely at the top of my list. I've always been an X-Men fan, so I'm definitely going to see that. As for Superman versus Batman, I'm not so sure because I kind of like playing with the idea that anyone can win and keeping that up, and I kind of don't want it to have a final say-so in who wins, because then some fans will feel jaded, or they'll do this thing where they go back and say, oh, you didn't factor in this, or you didn't factor in that. We're going to get a lot of that, and I already can tell. So I'd just rather keep it open-ended, and we continue to talk about this through the generations. We don't need this movie.
That sounds like something they would end on. Kind of leave it in the
Okay, we should shut up now. That about wraps it up. I'll see you not in 2 weeks. This is the end. Goodbye.
Hello, and welcome back to Keyframe.
Today we're going to be talking about Adventure Time! Specifically, since there are so many plot points in this very large series now, we're going to hone in on a specific plot detail.
Yeah, so I'm sorry if you wanted us to talk about the entire thing, we can't do that with our time span.
Nope, segment's too short. But today we are going to talk about the Simon and Marcy plot. For those who don't really know a lot about Adventure Time, the Ice King and Marceline are somehow connected. The series itself follows the adventures of Finn the human and Jake the dog. Finn is one of the last human beings that we know of after the Great Mushroom War, and Jake the dog and Jake's family actually found Finn and adopted him. So they're friends / brothers. So throughout the series, they meet a lot of interesting characters, one of them being Marceline, and then another being the Ice King, which is one of the main antagonists for the first few seasons. Surprisingly, two characters that were once never even correlated with each other somehow become synonymous with each other after this plot point.
They originally teased the idea of them being connected with the episode I Remember You, where the Ice King brings all of these journals and all these photographs and pieces of paper to Marceline's house so that she can help him write a song in order to make princesses fall in love with him. What other motivation would he have? He loves princesses. But as the episode goes on, we find out that there's a little bit more happening here, where she starts reading out some of the paragraphs and these heartbreaking letters left behind by the original Simon Petrikov.
One of the other episodes later on that hints and delves more into the relationship between Marceline and the Ice King is Simon and Marcy. The episode follows the plot line of the 47-year-old Simon Petrikov and the 7-year-old Marceline. Now, for those of you who don't know, Marceline in the modern time of the cartoon is almost 1,000 years old. So imagine when she's 7. This is recently after the Great Mushroom Wars, and so Simon and Marceline are seemingly the only people left. As they wander the wastelands trying to find some kind of semblance of life, Simon protects her, but the only way that he can protect her is through the crown. Now that crown is tainted with some kind of chaotic magic that turns his mind, and it scares Marceline, but in order to protect her, he needs to use it.
Protect her from deers and...
Protect her from deer and goo zombies and
Hey,
whatnot.
the goo zombies were legitimate threats.
That was legitimate. That was honestly terrifying. I got heart palpitations while watching that the first time.
Yeah, I don't particularly like stuff with zombies and post-apocalyptic, but even seeing something like that actually made me feel for the characters. I felt more terrified from the candy zombies than I do from actual zombies. And that's saying something.
But something really interesting at the end of this episode is where a glob of radioactive bubble gum slinking down a wall happens to drop a can of soup and a can opener. Happens to. This hints at Princess Bubblegum and the Land of Ooh slowly emerging from the ruins of the Great Mushroom War. So there is hope at the end of the episode, as well as that slight nod to bubblegum. So it's wonderful. And somehow a world creates itself from that tragedy, which everyone kind of seems to look at Adventure Time and be like, oh, it's happy-go-lucky, or oh, it's just stupid and funny and I don't get it. But there really are dark sides to these things. It's very much like the duality of human life, where you can have happy and sad and tragic and good, and there's not really a stark line between good and evil. Like, even the Ice King, he's insane and we know it, but he's not inherently bad.
Yeah. That pretty much does it for Keyframe and at the end of the semester. So, sorry, no more Keyframe until spring.
It's okay, I know you're gonna miss us.
Yeah, you're gonna miss us and all of ZBTv. But in the meantime, try and cope with your feelings of depression and horrible sadness with some cartoons.
Yeah, marathon that stuff.
Absolutely. And we'll see you next semester.
Sam Simmons?
Yes. Raina Atkins?
That's me. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. It's very pretty.
They're made of plastic, so you won't have to water them as much.
That's thoughtful.
Well, why don't you sit down?
Thank you.
You're very prettier than they said that you would be.
Thank you. You're very sweet.
Yeah.
So, Sam, what do you do for a living?
I'm a surgery student.
Is that how you hurt your hand at work?
No, this was nothing.
Nonsense. It's a big bandage. It had to have hurt.
I didn't really notice.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm a little nervous. I don't really go on, dates that often. How about you? Are you okay?
I'm feeling a little lightheaded, to be honest.
You okay? You sure?
You seem a little tired, Sam. Honey, no, sit down. You're still out of it. You're still out of it. Sit down.
Raina? Where?
This is our place.
Why?
Because you're mine. Don't you approve?
Something hurts.
Not your heart, right?
Oh, my head.
That's what you get for drinking so much. And you really should thank me. It wasn't easy setting all this up and getting you down here, you know.
Hey. Here.
I'm sorry. Did I hurt you? Please don't be mad at me.
Please just let me go.
Please, just stay. Please stay. Don't leave.
Why are you doing this?
Because I love you. And I know if you stay, you'll love me too. Please stay.
I think I just need to leave.
No, you have to stay. I really didn't want to do this. I really didn't.
Huh?
It's not exactly a ball and chain. But it'll work just as well.
No.
Ah! I'm sorry. I don't know my own strength sometimes. But you're a surgeon. You knew this was gonna hurt. You sleep a lot. It's kind of cute.
What are you doing?
I'm loving you.
I love you too.
Really? You have no idea how happy that makes me.
I'm glad. I really am. But you know, we never got dessert on our date.
I can be dessert.
No, what I mean is, I didn't get to finish the food. We should go back.
You want to leave.
Just for food.
You're lying to me.
I'm not going to leave, I promise.
I can be sweet enough for you. You don't have to leave me.
Just calm down. Calm down. I'm not going anywhere. What are you doing?
I'm taking that sweet tooth out of your mouth. Cute, right? Wakey, wakey. Here's your dessert.
Please. Just let me go.
I'm sorry. Are you trying to get my attention or bore me to death?
Somebody help me!
No one can hear you.
You're crazy.
Do not call me crazy. I'm not crazy.
What are you doing?
I'm not crazy.
Bloody witch.
Strange seeing someone like you on the side of the road.
I don't want to talk about it.
Roads are winding strange these days. Good thing I found you. Don't worry. I'll bring you back safe.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Sort of a spooky episode this time. Hope you had fun. It was definitely a bunch of fun for us. Film challenge is strenuous and sort of horrifying in ways, but really fun, particularly when it's horror. Is he still in there? Okay, I guess I have some saving to do. Bye.